Good rising, family. Good rising. Black Feniks checking in. Right now, I'm at the headquarters, and I wanted to talk to you about owning your business first and not liabilities. We all want to things. We're going to get different things as we grow up from poverty-stricken situations, or we come where we really was neglected, a worker or a slave or a member of things. Like, we make sure that we have to have certain things, and then those certain things we put money in, are not reproducing money. One cruel fact about America that we just have to embrace: this is a capitalist country, and we have to know how to make finances. We have to have assets. We have to have a business running to take care of us, because we're going to always spend money in America. I was talking to my aunt yesterday, and we was talking about, how people don't fully understand that in America, they charge us to throw money away. And I know you're like, what do you mean? Have you ever went to a grocery store, or a convenience store, or a hardware store and bought garbage bags or some disposable bags just to throw an item in the trash? So that's pretty much buying something, using that money, then throwing it in the trash, literally. But we don't really realize that. And my aunt was like, man, I never really thought about that. But America charges for everything. Right now, they have some residents in Texas right now being charged thousands of dollars for the electricity bill due to the storm. I read an article that talked about one resident, I think electric bill was like $10,000. You know what I mean? And you got residents in Oklahoma worried about gas bills, having to stay warm. Man, this system is designed to, we have to put money in it. It's going to charge us somehow for food, location, cost of living, all of that stuff. And that photo that I put up was my first container conversion. And doing that, it showed me the power of ownership, the power of owning the business, having a business first. Because if you have the business, you can get the liabilities that we tend to pursue: vehicles, jewelry, clothes, nice places to live, nice food, whatever type of things that we tend to spend money on that don't actually make money, because we're going to spend money on things that don't make money, and that's fine. So I'm saying we just need to figure out a way to make money, because we're always going to spend. You don't want to get somewhere and never have no type of luxuries, but you're going to have to figure out a way to replace the income that you're spending out on your necessities, point blank period. Because we're going to always be charged, paying for water. Most people in this country, like, man, I can't believe, but everything is a systematic way to make money. Cause a problem, don't fix it, give a solution to put a band-aid on it. Here go a program, here go a new facility to help the problem that we prevented to get the money. So it's amazing, man, how America is set up, and we don't really pay attention to the fact that we need to own our business first. And that's why, I teach on with the independence of welding. And that's what I wanted to highlight in the first seminar that I actually do, hopefully upcoming in April. Still working on the date, but I'm hopefully going to be in April, maybe the end of March, where we do the first independent of welding seminar. And I want to talk about that in there, because I think it's very, very important on how we gain our independence. We need to realize that sometimes if we cut back our habits, our desires or realize that our time consists of our life. I don't even think people fully understand that. Like, if you waste your time, you're wasting your life. So I don't even have no time to waste on someone once I get a vibe that I can tell that they not, they have a jealous spirit, or they don't, fully have my good intentions in mind. You know what I mean? Like, why waste time? I'm wasting my life on that. Like, to me, when it comes to that, I have zero tolerance. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not wasting my life on a person or on a thing that I feel that it's not something that I enjoy. I would rather spend time with my family. I would rather enjoy traveling and seeing new things. You know what I mean? It's just me personally. But I have learned that as long as we're alive, man, we have to figure out ways to start a business. And having a physical trade turn into a business is one of the first ways. Everybody have different trades, but I'm a welder. And welding is one of the trades that you can actually turn into a business, to me, fast on different aspects, because you don't have to necessarily do shop. You can do field. You don't have to do field. You can do, shop. You can do repairs. You can make parts. You can, it's so much you can teach. You can, it's so much you can do. You can do seminar. It's a lot, a spectrum of things you can do once you critique your skills. But on any tradesman, once you figure out what you're good in, you can be able to find a need, and that's one thing I like about welding, because there's always products we can build that are needs, from vehicles to trailers to homes, you know what I mean, to commercial properties, residential properties. There's always a product we can come up with. So I think it's important for us to think that, turn the trade into a business. And I was telling a gentleman yesterday that I think the first step into doing that is to be realistic with yourself at where you at that moment. So if you're in a situation at the moment and you're making $10 or $15 or $20, whatever it is you're making, you want to replace that first. You want to say, how can I come up with a business to replace when I'm working for someone that's taking all my time and not giving me the opportunity to focus on what I enjoy doing? So I think the first smart thing we do was come up with a way to replace that income. So, there's many ways to do it. And if you have certain habits, sometimes we live above our means too. So you have to cut back on some of your habits. You might have to stop doing certain things that you normally enjoy doing just to get things going. You know what I mean? But most definitely your first goal should be replacing your income, replacing what you're making. And once you get that done, it's easy to think real big. But if you think real big and you don't do nothing, then you got to get a job. You got to do something, because we still got bills. That's the reality. And if you ain't got nobody networking with you, a partner or mate, or one of y'all can pull until you figure out what's going on, then, you got to do what you got to do. Because like I said, we in this country, we got to pay bills, or you're going to be homeless. You know what I mean? And some people don't mind living that type of lifestyle, going completely without coming up. You know what I mean? So it's to each his own, but I will most definitely say it's wise to develop ways to replace your income. So whatever you're doing right now, try to think of a product or something you can sell or something that's a need. Because one thing for sure, products can always be a need, and they ain't necessarily got to be your product. It can be a product that in your community, is an asset. So you figure out a way to get it at a discounted rate where you can actually sell it and it can make a profit to take care of your living. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be a need. There's always ways to network. You have so many offer up Facebook markets, Craigslist, so many places you can go to do that. eBay, Amazon, it's just so many sites that you can go. But honestly, you can take advantage of your local area. I had before where you can see what's a need in that local area, and you can capitalize on that and be able to get a nice source of income in a local area and start a business. The goal is to find a need. So once you want to replace your income, I would say that'll be the first step to do, replace your income. But the first stage is to find a need. So you're gonna have to do a little groundwork and figure out what can you do that they don't have, that they missing, that you might add to it. Because a lot of things you go and you say, man, you know what, everybody's doing that, everybody's doing this, and then someone might say, well, I'm not, they ain't getting it from me though. Well, what's going to make it unique getting it from you than getting it from Paul or getting it from Sally over here? You know what I mean? So we got to figure out what's the need and what makes us different. So those are a few things just to think about when you are building your business, when you're building your independence, and you want to keep all of this in mind. It's kind of like driving a standard shift. There's a few different things you're doing. Got the foot on the brakes, on the gas, you shifting, you driving, you shifting, so there's a few different things that you're doing. And to me, I think that's the same way we have to network. When we're building our business, we have to be flexible. We have to think outside of the box. Always put your eggs in more than one basket. Never put all your money in one spot, because if something happened, it's gone. And that's just a reality. It didn't happen. And, I didn't have points where if you just save the money and you don't invest no money, something is going to come and cause that money to fly away. A problem, an accident, a situation where you're going to have to spend the 10 racks you were sitting on. Oh, I got the 10 bands saved up, but if you ain't flipping none of it, it's going to disappear once a problem comes. I didn't have that happen. You know what I'm saying? So you have to figure out a way to literally invest in something. And where I'm from, we always say, a scared man don't make no money. You can't be scared to invest in yourself. And when you're investing in different things to help you build your business, that's invested in you. So that's the way I look at it. When someone come to me and they say, man, 150 for a consultation, that's kind of high. I'm like, well, I guess you kind of cheap for yourself, because you just spend some shoes. You spend that on some shoes. That's an outfit at least. The pants, the shirt, the shoes, bam. You wear it a couple of times. But you can't make money from it. You get something you can make money from, you want to say, what do I need to get? You can always embellish your image, but you're going to have to get the things you need. And like I say, a scared man don't make no money. So you're going to have to invest in a product to start flipping. You're going to have to close your eyes and invest in a stock or something. You know what I mean? A business venture with someone, or go on and put that money in whatever you was trying to do that you've been hesitating on. I mean, that's not the way we're going to get there. You know what I mean? But I think that it's important to have the business versus the assets, because even the vehicles, man, listened to a interview this morning, and the guy was talking about his vehicle. And I love old school cars. I've had several, and all of them has been liabilities. All of them I have threw money in that I didn't get out, or I sold. Sometime I broke even. Sometime I lost money. You know what I mean? So, it was always a situation where it's just what it was, I guess. But I remember this guy was talking about, he was bragging on the donkey he had. And, I was thinking to myself, once you or your truck, you got fixed up, that's for you. Man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Salute that. You know what I mean? You got a vehicle fixed up and it's all nice and neat and all this good stuff, and you don't have no business, and you going to work punching the clock, something ain't right. You know what I mean? Especially if you saying you're a boss. If you saying that you got the feeling to be an entrepreneur, your work is a lot of time, a lot of things we put high hopes in, or we believe a lot in. If something happened to us, the people that get it, they ain't gonna look at it like that. They probably hurry up and sell it. They probably get rid of it. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. You know what I mean? So I just think we shouldn't be naive to that, and to just really focus on business, man. I think it's important. So I just really want to come to you, talk to you about that. And like I say, that was my first container conversion. And it's a business, it's a cafe, it was a bar or a recession. So you got to think that one actually sold for, can't get precise numbers, but it was a little over 10 grand, you know what I mean, for that one. And that's a business. You own it. And you think the money you're spending renting at a facility or an established from a plasma or whatever you spending rently, you know, get some land, barbershop, salons, offices, tax offices, man, there's so much you can do. Like, it's unreal. But I think that we just have to really understand what it means to have a lot of liabilities and no assets. You know what I mean? So, you know, we most experienced some rough times through this pandemic, and this shows you that a lot of things you thought you could depend on knock on doors. I mean, you could depend on you though. You know what I mean? So I just think that that's important. It's important for us to business over liabilities, like thumbs down. So whatever you got in your heart, just figure out something. But you know, it's so easy to start your independence, and people might talk about the person that's do the raw sale hustles or the yard sale or sell stuff on Facebook Market. But I know some people that sell some stuff on Facebook Market, you know what I mean? Or selling new items that they get for a cheaper price. There's so many ways to hustle. We just can't think that that's not worth our time. If you making money on doing that and you're not slaving under someone isn't forcing you to do something for a check and making you also obey by their rules when you're not on their job, you know what I mean, for that little money. I just think it's just not worth it. I think we can find something independent. Really isn't. But majority of people is going to take the easier route. That's why being independent is not for everyone. And I don't go around trying to resurrect people, because they ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? People go, you know, those are gonna rise on their own. So when it comes to this independent welding and it comes to being independent and starting a business, it's for those who are woke, those who are conscious that really want it, you know. But I don't knock on nobody's door or force nothing down nobody's throat, you know. I made a statement the other day and I said, you know what, it really have to be someone who is prejudiced, racist, and white to feel tormenting them with your content that they are watching on their own. Some people get mad at you about what you're doing, and they watching you like, you can cut the TV off, you can change the channel to do this, or she did this, or he killed this. Like, what, really? All you had to do was change the channel. You know what I mean? So it just amazed me how some people tend to just always have something critical or vindictive or whatever to say about what you're doing, when I'm like, it lets you know that they got a sad life, because they waste a lot of time to go out their way to say something negative about you, about what you're doing. Then, because every moment a person have something negative to say, it just reminds me they wasting their life. They don't know how valuable their life is. They blind. So there's no reason to fool. Why are you going to respond to it? You know what I mean? So do what they say, block it or delete it or whatever you need to do. But don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just do what you need to do. But most definitely, if it's in you to start your independence, start your independence. And you're going to have to let go of some liabilities. I mean, it's going to be some things that you're going to enjoy doing. You have to let go. That's what it is. I done let go of vehicles. I done let go different things I used to enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Like, man, I had habits that I, you know, just clothing, different things that I used to enjoy that I realized that wasn't making me money. So until I get stock and I have some stock in Jordans, I don't buy them. You know, if my kids buy them, that's on them. But if I own some stock in them, then they paid for me to wear them, you know, over time, then yeah, I wear some. But as far as me going to buy, no, I don't really spend money on things like that. I just keep it simple. You know what I mean? I get something good, but I'm not going all the way out on that. I'm not spending no, you know, couple, $200-300 on no Yeezys, in my personal opinion. I am not doing it. You know what I mean? I can make that. I'll put that in the investment without doing that. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. But I just feel like we should come up with ways to build our independence and replace our income and start a business, man. It's 2021. Things ain't finna get down there, or whatever it is that you do. You know, now I think it's time to jump off the porch. It's time to do it, you know, be about it. You know what I mean? Make your actions speak louder than your words. And that's all you got to worry about. Don't worry about have tunnel vision, you know, like when they put those blinders on them horses, you know, when they run it to help them focus and not worry about the horse on the side, because they get trumped up. They keep them focused. Sometimes I think we just have to put blinders on us because we get so caught up with what so-and-so doing, what they say. Just focus on what we got going on, and let's get a hog on, because we're wasting time. We don't know how long we get, you know, and we know that this life is, you know, it's not meant for us to be here forever, because if it was, when nobody passed, when nobody died, you know what I mean? So let's utilize our time. Let's enjoy life, find your peace, find your happiness, however it is, or with whoever it is, you know, and man, just do something different. And if you don't have to be in an oppressive situation, don't be in, you know. So I just wanted to come to you live this morning just to talk to you about that. It was just something that was on my mind. And I just feel like if we don't know better, you know what I mean, we can't do better. So once we're given certain information, there's no reason for us to continue that same state unless we enjoy being in that condition, you know. So I want to learn more. I want to rub more shoulders with people who are doing things that I can't even dream about doing at the moment. And that motivates me. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I need to go to another room. You know what I mean? And then what I want to learn more. I want to salute. Good rising. Like I said, man, I want to do my best, man, to just enjoy life. And I think you should too, man. Just like life is too short to do anything other than that, in my personal opinion, you know. So like I say, I just wanted to come to you and talk to you about that. It's very important to replace your income first and find a need. Find a need. That's how you're going to get your first business. Like, you can't make money off of things you enjoy. You can make passive income, and you can earn and work, you know, pick your battle, pick your field, so to speak, and go on dive in and get what you got to do. But I just wanted to say, man, most definitely, we got to have a business. 2021, this year, we got to have it, man. HogOn2017.com. That's www.HogOn2017.com. And check out the merch on Amazon. Just put in HogOn Welding. Okay, what you got going? Okay, I was about to get ready to sign off. Good that you tuned in. Is that I think different stuff pops up different times randomly. So if you do run across me, man, make sure you go through some of the archives and you could probably gain a lot of information or answer a lot of questions that you're looking for, or if it's something that question is. But I want to make sure we win. So yes. got to keep that dream alive. I think it's very, very, very important that we do that. Man, some type of business. If it's in you, make it happen. Like, because now that's the only way we're gonna maintain is really staying focused on that. So let's stay focused. Let's really try to get these businesses off the ground. And let's network together. You know what I mean? Let's help build a community audience. And a gentleman that I talked to at the Legacy Lounge, he said some things that really caught my attention. He said that you can go on Eventbrite. So check this out. You can go on Eventbrite that you can go out to, and you can network and help you, get your business off the ground, get some cards out. You never know who might need your services, but you got to get up. I was that kid that, I walked across the street and met my first friend, a guy named Chris Walker. I remember walking across the street and introducing myself to him. You know what I mean? I always been that guy. You're not going to get a door open by staying to yourself. You're going to have to get out your comfort zone, most definitely. You're going to have to knock on some doors, shake some hands, let people know what you do, what you got, where you're coming from. You know what I mean? So don't get discouraged. Stay focused. Stay on your grind, man. Like I said, I just wanted to come to you a little bit this morning and just highlight that, because I really, really feel it's important. I really, really feel that we don't focus on that enough. We don't take advantage of the opportunities of business and knowing how valuable it is to own one over assets, because as long as we live here, they charge us for something. I was reading something, they trying to charge us for a minute. Shoot, we might be paying for air here in a minute. Everybody might need an air match. Come up. I mean, things are changed, man. I don't really think what is the norm again. I think we're just gonna have to figure out how we're gonna make it and find our way, tweak it around it. You know what I mean? But as far as things going back to how they used to be, so you know what I mean. But most definitely, I think now is the time we're going to have to develop our businesses. So if you don't get ahead of the race now, you're going to get left behind. So get you a website domain. You just pay for it. $7, $8 to $12. Go on and own it. Get your ideas. Get you a Gmail or Yahoo, whatever you do. Go on and own it at least of your business. Get some stuff to get you in the system, because everything is digital now. So you're gonna have to figure out ways to get your numbers up, to get to get yourself out there. So I appreciate everybody. Y'all go, but y'all be blessed, man. Hold on.